Hello, everyone. My name is Jarvis Escott, and I'm president of First Impressions Marketing Group, What's Happening Birmingham.com, and also Birmingham 24/7. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to the first of many marketing podcasts I will be doing maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Now, many of you are probably saying, well, you're already doing podcasts, which I am doing, with What's Happening Birmingham podcast that come out weekly. But I want to do something a little different, and also want to thank you for checking out those videos as well. But my main purpose for really doing this is that I've been in business for 12 years, and I just want to take the opportunity to kind of talk about a couple subjects or topics that people even ask me or that kind of go through my mind daily about marketing, social media, advertising, whatever the case may be. So each week, or really 2 or 3 times a week, I want to say, we're going to be talking about these topics a little bit more in depth. And eventually, as the podcast continue, I'm going to bring on a lot of my friends that also do the same thing I do. So all I got to say is just stay tuned and continue to watch, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is going to be a new YouTube channel, which is going to be Jarvis Escott. So let's, now we got all the introductions out the way. Let's talk about the first topic I'm going to talk about tonight. So the first topic a lot of people always ask me is, should you hire someone to manage your social media? This right here is a question that when somebody asks me this, another question comes in my head. And it's really two questions. Is what is your goal? So is your goal is to get more sales, or is your goal to get more information out about your company? So I always tell people, determine it by those two questions, because that will drive a lot of times whether you should hire someone. So we're going to talk about the pitfalls, different things like that, advantages and disadvantages. So let's continue. So first question always starts and ends with the bottom line. Can you afford it? A lot of people ask me, how much do social media managers cost, or how much do they make? It depends. Let's start off on the low end. You can go out and get an intern, which sometimes can be free, or sometimes can be a stipend, or sometimes can be just a minimum wage. One of the advantages behind doing that is that it's low cost. But sometimes the disadvantages behind that is because typically those people are not very experienced in social media and marketing. So you may have to do a lot of hand holding and things like that. Now you can go out and you get like an expert, but the expert is going to cost just a little bit more. And typically, I looked up some research today. Typical social media managers, and typically on freelance, is usually around maybe like $1,000 to maybe even $5,000 a month, depending on experience. So you kind of weigh that a little bit. And next question you have to ask yourself is, do you want them to work on site or off site? So let's talk about on-site versus off-site. If you hire them to do on-site, they're going to be at your job. You got to determine, how many times a week you want them to be there. Do you want them to be there 3 days a week? Do you want them to be there 4 days a week? You got to determine, because a lot of times if they're there, you're paying them. But one of the great things about it is that while they're there, they can focus on your business. Now, if you hire somebody off-site, then they're not going to be focused on your business, what they call it, 9 to 5 or 24/7. So you got to kind of weigh that. So let's go back a minute ago about, how much to pay. You got to make sure that this is going to be something that is going to increase sales for your business, because this is a cost. And, us business owners, we start looking at the cost of our business. It never goes down, it always goes up. So you got to always kind of keep that in mind when hiring somebody. I would say, my experience being in business, I've talked to businesses that's hired interns to do social media that had great success. I've had some that have hired some and it didn't work out. So you just kind of weigh and kind of see. But let's go back a moment before and talk about what's the original goal, or my original questions. Is it to either, increase the sales or just general information? Because when you look at those two questions, those can kind of drive, because a lot of times a social media manager's main job is to post, to, when start off saying, create content and post content. And man, notice how I always say create content because that's very important. And typically in a lot of businesses, you have to make sure that whoever you hiring know, and let me just kind of backtrack, make sure they know something about your business. And that's the key thing. And that's why sometimes I feel like a lot of people are hiring a lot of social media people out here and they don't know about your business. Make sure who you hiring has some general knowledge about your business and what it do. Because if not, you're going to pretty much be sitting there the whole time trying to help them to, create content. So let's move on to the most important question is, what are some things to look for in hiring social media? The first thing, I got a whole lot of notes with this, is number one thing is when you look to hire somebody, ask them what their track record is. And what I mean by what their track record is that, do they have an established record of producing followers for themselves or for other businesses? Because in this business, typically with social media these days, there's no set diploma, even though some colleges are coming out with social media marketing, different things like that. But any Joe Blow off the street can be a social media person. Or anybody that can gain 50,000 followers, no matter how they do it. So you have to be kind of mindful and ask them what is your track record or demonstrated record of results. Because if not, anybody can come these days and make a sales pitch and say, oh, I do social media. Business owners, do not fall for this trick. There's a lot of great people out here that are salespeople, but when it comes to following up and delivering on results, a lot of them cannot do that. So just kind of keep that in mind, like what are their track record? And then the second thing too is like, what are your expectations? What are your expectations? Going back to my original question of if you hire this person, do you have a goal for them? Is it a goal to get more followers? Is it a goal just for general information? So you would sit down with them, make sure you lay out what your clear expectations for them. Now, business owners, let me go to the defense of social media managers. If anyone out here say, I can get you 50,000 followers or I can make your post go viral, they are lying to you. Do not hire them. That's the biggest trick I think a lot of social media marketers are doing today. And what it's doing is making it bad for people who out here working hard to kind of, get the business and try to do great things and try to grow people's business. Because we know those are the buzzwords that you want to hear. And typically when you have those type of buzzwords, you be like, it goes off in here because that's what you want to know. Like how many followers get here and there. But the day with social media is things just keep changing all the time. It's real unexpected. You don't really know, if I do this one post, will 5 people see it or 5,000 people see it. So you can never predict. And even with content, you can never predict. That's one thing. Now, in my personal experience, one thing I've gotten away, because let me disclaim, I have managed social media pages for clients. I've done a good job. And then sometimes I look back in reflection, I was like, man, I could have done this. But that's what anything is, the more you grow in your career over, because I've been in business for 12 years. And I've grown my own following, which I have like 85,000 plus followers. So one thing I tell clients is that I can't guarantee you, no specific number, but I can guarantee you this is the type of content that I'm going to produce on a daily basis. So I will tell you that whoever you hire as a social media manager or director or intern, make sure that they can give you kind of a detailed plan. Now, keep in mind, they're not going to give you that plan to after you hire them. And social media managers make sure that you don't give that, because a lot of times people can steal your ideas, y'all. Y'all be careful with that, because I'm telling you, it happens. So after you hire them, make sure that you give them a detailed plan of, okay, this is the type of content. And I hate to say the word content calendar, because one of my friends will be like, oh, you said that word content calendar. But kind of give them somewhat of a general idea. Now, one thing I'm kind of gauging away from is I do a lot of shotgun content calendars. And what I mean shotgun mean from the hip is like, I might be, because because I do social media for a living, I'm always online. So I'm always seeing what's trending, what's going on. So I always feel like you need to do a mix of both. You need to schedule, and also you need to do a little shotgun that you think on top of your head and things like that. So make sure they can kind of provide you that type of clear game plan before you decide to hire somebody as your social media manager. Because I'm telling you, if you don't do that, then that way you can kind of go back and forth, and then y'all can both sit down and be like, okay, I want to do this, and then, okay, let's do that. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're looking to hire somebody for it. So if you met with the prospective candidates, and maybe you decide, well, because of cost, I can't, my business can't afford this. So you got another option. You can either go and get social media training, which is a great segue. What I want to talk about is, for those of you who probably watching this video, never watched this video or never heard of me, I teach social media classes. I teach social media classes here at my office, which is located here in Trussville, Alabama. I teach Monday through Saturday, twice a day, 10 to 11:30 a.m., and also 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. I cover Google, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. It's 90 minutes. The cost is $25, and I give you tons of handouts. So in that 90-minute session, I kind of go over overview, but I do have a lot of people that come back for repeat classes. So if you would like to come back for repeat classes, we could work some out. I'm also excited to tell you right now, I also do a lot of classes on site at your business. And if you would like for me to come to your business and, how to say for the best word, train your employees, I can do that service. I recently did one for the Housing Authority Birmingham district this past fall. It was so much fun. And it was like over a course of 5 weeks, whereas 4 straight weeks, we covered the topics a little bit in depth. And then I come back 30 days later as a follow-up. One of the advantages I will say, if you keep it in-house or you train your employees, no one knows more about your business than you. Even if you hire someone, they're not going to be so much versed in the weeds of it. So if you can just train them, just do a little bit of things, especially if you just need general information, my advice would be just train your employees in-house to do it. Now, if you are getting a lot of sales, then yes, go ahead and hire somebody, and then you may even want to gear towards hiring them long-term on-site. So I hope I gave you a couple of things to kind of just think about. If you would like to sign up for my classes, just please give me a call. You'll probably see my contact information somewhere on the video. My phone number is 205-538-4508, or you can visit my website, jarvisescott.com. jarvisescott.com. So if you would like to sign up for my classes, I would love to have you, or I can come to your office and do them for you and your staff. So I hope this video was very informative, educational. Like I told you before, I'm going to be doing more videos coming up soon. So be on the lookout. And I must also say, please visit my website, what'shappeningbirmingham.com. Download my app. Thank you all for your support, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.